Hi, I'm Belinda.
Hi, I'm Gabe.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
Hi, I'm Leah, and this is
ZULA ChickChats.
Hi guys, welcome to this episode of ChickChats. And actually, World Mental Health Day is coming out on the 10th of October, so this episode is kind of timely for that because today we're going to be talking about therapy, and we have a therapist on set, which is Belinda. Hi, Belinda.
Thank you for having me here.
Yes, please introduce yourself to everyone.
So I'm a counselor and a psychotherapist. I'm also the founder of the Lighthouse Counseling.
Yeah, so she's here to give us real life therapy. Just kidding. No.
Yay, free session.
We are actually here to talk a little bit about misconceptions that people have about therapy, as well as what exactly goes on in a session, because a lot of people may not know. So it brings me to my first question, which is what can you actually expect out of therapy?
To be honest, you don't really have to expect anything, but I guess you probably have to just be open-minded to come here and just talk about anything you want.
I think that there are different types of therapy. Would you like to educate us a little bit about the whole system? Yeah.
Yes, there are a lot of different therapies out there. So there are a lot of techniques. So the most fundamental one would be called the cognitive behavioral therapy. And so it's a very standard approach to ask questions to the people and to help them to understand their thoughts and behaviors. There are mindfulness-based therapies, and there's also different kinds like solution focus, emotion focus. There are all sorts of therapies out there.
Then in that case, right, for someone like me, I have never gone to therapy before. It's like, how do you know which one to go for? Yeah.
That's quite true. So it's really up to us to decide what kind of therapies we want to provide to you. It really depends on your style, your personalities, and how comfortable you are with different things. So it's a journey. So it's not really just from day one you would know.
But how long would an actual session be?
So typically it would be around 50 minutes to about 1 hour.
Do you need to prepare anything before you go for your first session?
You don't really need to prepare anything, to be honest. So I would say just be open-minded and talk about anything that you want to talk about.
Okay.
I've got a question.
Yes, go ahead.
What if I have no problems? I just want to talk to someone. Is there still something that you would offer your services
Well,
for?
of course, yes.
Yeah.
To understand, even when you don't have anything to talk about, there must be something in your mind, right?
So, Jess, you've been to therapy before, right?
Yeah.
Would you like to share a little bit about your experience?
So the bad was really bad. The moment I walked into the counselling place, right, the first thing she said to me was, "Hi, my name is this, okay? Today you're going to come for therapy, counselling with me. You have 60 minutes.
Oh God,
So-
that's really bad.
It felt like the moment I entered, there was a countdown timer.
Yeah.
And the best part was the entire session, I didn't hear anything from her because I spent 60 minutes talking about my problems, and then she was like, "Your time is up." And I was like, "What?
Oh gosh.
Shit, my money and all, and which was my money flying away." I have seen a hypnotherapist. I have also seen a psychiatrist, and just gone for normal counselling. Basically, we went through several exercises. A brief example would be I never got an apology from someone about something that really stuck with me, and he pretended to be that person, and he made me say that person's name aloud, and then made me say that I forgive this person.
I see.
Now, it sounds so corny when you say it like that, but going through the whole exercise, I was like, wow, that really helped me.
Yeah.
So hypnotherapy was kind of weird. Like, if you do your research on it, basically they try to put you into this subconscious state. I don't know what kind of conscious state now. So I was actually really in that state. I was really deep into it. Yeah. I felt like I could not wake up out of it even if I tried to.
Actually, does it work?
I think I felt a lot better after that, and I think that perhaps it was just feeling so vulnerable that felt kind of healing at the same time. Yeah. But I think normal counselling works better for me.
Good to hear.
Just wanted to share a little bit about why you went for therapy sessions.
Okay. In a nutshell, I experienced quite a lot of childhood trauma in terms of various kinds of abuse lah. Stuff like that when you go through as a primary school kid, you don't really understand it at that point in time. So I think I was not happy at that point in time, but you don't realize till many years later in your life how much these events that happened so many years ago still affect you.
Gabe, for yourself, you mentioned that you want to try?
Yeah, I've been thinking of going. Now I'm 26 this year. I finally truly understand what the quarter life crisis is.
What is quarter life crisis?
Maybe it's more of I don't know where my career is going. I don't know when I will settle down in terms of relationships, when we're gonna get married, if I can make enough money to get married in the first place. Is my family okay with the way that I am right now? I had a great childhood. I became super spoiled, okay? I became super spoiled. And I was very used to getting what I wanted all the time. If I don't get what I want, I would probably most likely get angry. This anger management issue got so big that I've lost a lot of people in my life, coupled with the fact that I was an angry kid, and I still am more of an angry adult now. I feel that therapy would be good for me because it might help me understand and put myself in other people's shoes a little bit better. Yeah.
Okay, so Gabe, what is actually stopping you from going for therapy then?
To me, it was more of, if I could speak to my friends and everything, my close friends, why would I want to pay money to go to talk to a stranger? As a man, I thought I should not ask for help. When I grew up looking at my father, right, he was always someone who never told me about any of his problems. So that's why I thought I was supposed to be like. All these things became problems for me, which I kept inside because it wasn't something that I wanted to reveal to people in general.
A common thing for all of us to avoid going to therapy, it's about the fear of being judged. So there is a lot of judging going around in our societies. But I think therapy, counseling or psychotherapy, it provides a very safe space. You should take advantage of not knowing me, that you can actually say anything you want.
For me, it is my problem. Only I can solve it.
I think similar reason to you why I haven't actually gone for therapy is my mindset is I can solve this myself, and I'm a very rational person, so I can just tell myself what I'm doing wrong, and I'm very self-aware of what I'm doing wrong, then I'll try to fix it. But I don't know if it's helping or not. The question is, I don't know if whatever I'm telling myself is helping myself, you know? Yeah. So I might want to see someone to have another perspective on that. Yeah.
Well, first of all, as a therapist, we are not supposed to give advice to
understand.
you. We're not supposed to give any solutions for you. And quite often, a lot of problems have no solutions anyway. So it's really just about some emotions and feelings. How do we manage it? How do we regulate our emotions, right? A lot of us actually get benefits from being able to find an extra outlet to express what we actually really feel deep down.
We'll move on to our next question, which is after we, like sharing our experiences of like going to therapy as well as like why we want to go, why we haven't really gone. I think it's good to clear up like misconceptions about therapy. So Belinda, you can help us with that. I think the first one I kind of addressed it in the previous question already, which is the therapist going to give me a solution to my problem?
We are not supposed to give any solutions. Our job is to be as open-minded as we can.
Then we will go on to our second misconception. So the next one is actually that to go for therapy, you have to be diagnosed with like a serious illness or like a serious mental health issue. What do you think of this?
No, in fact, like earlier when you said, oh, can I even come to see you without any issues? Of course you can. Like, you don't need to have a real mental disorder to talk to me. Really, just about having an outlet to talk.
The next question is, I think, something that a lot of people ask. They always say, you want to go for therapy? Very expensive. Is therapy really very expensive?
That's a very good question because there's a huge range of costs. But I think the key point here is to be aware that it brings you benefits.
Is there such thing as a free therapy session, like counseling for free? Like, is there options like that? Because I think my perception is that a cheaper one will not be as good as the more expensive one.
This is a tricky question because, as I said, I feel that there's a lot to do with connection between the therapist and the client.
Okay. So this is like the last misconception, is that my job will be jeopardized if I disclose that I'm going for therapy.
That's a good question, to be honest, because I think back in the days it probably would affect, but nowadays I feel that a lot of big companies and startups are driving towards raising awareness for mental health issues. We're all moving towards that sort of stage to be more understandable for each other.
Sure, I think I agree as well. Yeah.
I also feel it would really help if people who are in the same working environment as you took mental health issues as seriously as physical health. I feel like a lot of the times when if for example, if I'm having a really bad day, right, you can't just tell your boss I'm having a bad day, I don't want to turn up, but you at the same time you don't want to tell him about why you have depression or what you're going through.
If you really need to take time off, take it first. Because if you force yourself to be at work intensely, you're not going to perform, you're not going to be able to be yourself anyway.
we'll move on into like resources. And if someone would want to go for therapy, where can they start?
I think right now you can really just simply Google and find all kinds of people out there. So take your time to find who you want to see. If you want to have the low cost option, then you probably can go to like Family Center, or maybe there are tons and tons of non-profit organizations. Alternatively, the private practice would always be an option as well. So I think the good thing about private practice is they are flexible for you, meaning that they really dedicate a time slot for you. Just take your time to find out the profile and see whichever you can relate to. And the most important thing is to realize the benefit of it.
So how I started going for my first therapy session was the most classic way of doing anything, just Google. I think I Googled something like maybe psychiatrists or counselors in Singapore, and then that's when I kind of realized that there are different types of people you can see. So I think maybe the first step for people to ask themselves is like, what do they hope to achieve out of this session? So maybe if you have no idea where to start, just go for basic counseling.
But let's say you are still considering, going for therapy. Like a lot of us, we don't know if we even want to go for one because we don't know what to expect. So like, is there any way or any kind of self-care tips that you may have to guide someone who is maybe going through some tough times now?
To be honest, I don't think there is always a need to attend to a therapist. It's only one of the options. I think self-care is very important. So whichever way that you can inspire yourself to self-help, it's already a good start, right? But having said that, like two heads are always better than one. So like you could always find another person to talk to, someone that you can trust, and practice more empathy and practice a little bit more listening skills. So I feel that a lot of us are not really actively listening. So what is actively listening is, I think we're all guilty of sometimes when we listen just to prepare for a response. So try to practice with your close friends and try your best to see if you can listen as much as possible and truly understand what they mean. And it's extremely important to remember there are so many important things in your life, so don't lose your routines. I think routines are very important. Identify what healthy habits that you get to have and stick to it. Don't let one thing intrude all your life and just let yourself fall apart. There are always different things that I should not lose. Family, friends, lifestyle, hobbies, relationship.
It's damn true.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, advice.
I will use it.
Yeah.
And I'll let you know if it works. If it doesn't work, then I'll just come to her.
Yeah.
Okay, so on today's episode of ChickChats, we talked about therapy and what it's like to go for a first session, as well as some good experiences, and clarified some misconceptions. And actually, Belinda will be on a panel upcoming on the 10th of October at WeWork. So Belinda, would you like to share a little bit more?
Thanks for promoting me. So I'm going to be at the panel for this WeWork event, and it's co-organized by Esquire as well on the 10th of October. So other than the panel discussion where we all gonna talk about mental health awareness issues and all that, I'm gonna host a breakout session as well, so there will be chances for people to actually come to me for a speed therapy. So I would love to see everybody there.
Yeah, and it's also free, by the way, so
It's
you can
free
just
as
go
well.
to attend. Yeah, and I'll put the link in the description box below. So if you guys are keen on going for a therapy session, please feel free to do so, or if you can just attend Belinda's panel to see what it's like. And also, if you like this video, feel free to leave a comment down below and tell us what you like, and let us know what else to talk about next time. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye!
Bye!